guys, welcome back. I'm gonna be kind of doing how do I put it? Kind of kind of getting used to Millennial Farms. It's a new map that came out in FS19 in Farming Simulator. So I thought I wanted to show you. I thought you guys might want to see that since it's a new map, and I know you guys get. Oh, sorry. So I do know that you guys probably get tired, me playing on the same old maps day in and day out. So I thought I'd try something different. And so, as you can see, we're in a repair shop right now, and of course everything you see here, spare part. I must have something caught. Hold on. I gotta take a drink here. I got some of that new, it's kind of like a water, but it's like a powder. It's like a 7-Up lemon lime flavor. I'm using that to try to figure out seeing if I can swallow like whatever it is that's in my throat. Alright, that should have hopefully cured it. Okay, so as I was saying before, I was really coughing my esophagus and my lungs out. So I'm gonna show you guys my views on the map and stuff. So we're gonna walk through here. Look at this. This is a whole this is where if you were to go into real life, and this is where you would get your parts, your oil change, like your oil and spark plugs and whatnot. Got what is this, an 8R? It's an 8RX. Okay, yep, it's an 8RX. Got another 8RX 410 John Deere. Got some oil, some oil filters, some oil, some grease. Especially for those old antique John Deeres, the belts and the gears, they get really, really rusty over time. Got some high guard, some cooling guard for their cool air intake, and especially if it's a tractor that has a cool air intake in it. What is this? Oh, okay, this is where you open the item shop menu. Okay, that's kind of cool. Midwest Machinery. This is where if you were to purchase a tractor in real life, this is your sales area where you would get the loan, and there would be someone sitting like right there, and you would be, asking them, hey, I want these sort of tires, this sort of engine, to have this sort of power and whatnot. But yeah. And we have this massive garage, and this is your shop, which is good because it's not, outside like some maps have it. And this is like I would call this a YouTube combo. Because see here, you got Beautiful Bees color, one of my favorites. And then you got Spy Cakes right here. The blue with the cyan light blue and white, which looks really cool, especially on an old truck like this. This is an International TransStar truck, and yes, I know it has a big gap, but this truck's not really meant for small trailers like these, so I thought I'd try it out. It's an International Harvester brand, which International Harvester got bought out by Case a long time ago. Oh, we hit him. What did we get? Oh, we didn't even hit anything. What the hell? Oh, the wheel must have got caught on the edge of the door. Okay, we'll try this. Try swinging it around like that. We're going to go full speed. of the old Transtar. Now, so now to get to your farm, you have to go this way. Because if you go this way, and I'll show you why, there's a little roadway that leads right to your farm. See what this kids can do? That's this road right here. So you see this road here? You take a left here. I don't normally stop at the stop signs because I always turn the traffic off because it's because the AI are literally one of my biggest pet peeves. Especially if I'm hauling something like large or giant or whatever that takes room to that takes room to turn, Y turns and stuff. Alright, now we're gonna take another left. Yogi Swifty is now on the highway. Bouncy old truck, but I love the diamond interior of the truck. I do love that. Alright, we're going to try to see if it's going to unload, figure out why the silo on the game is malfunctioning a little bit. So I tried to unload my truck and I just completely made a big mess of corn, so. Listen to that engine revving down the road. Alright, now you take another left and whoop. Go straight and you're here at the farm. And to know the silo is it's right around here. I have a 10 million bushel silo that I did I get the wrong fudge? I got the wrong trailer. What do you mean? Corn, wheat, barley, oat, granola, sunflower, soybeans, corn. Okay, yeah. So and that explains why it wouldn't go in because it was full on because the green bins were full. After that, I'm gonna sell those because I'm not, why would I need that when I got the wooden silo? What? Get that unloaded first. Oh. Okay. Alright, we got wheat and corn. Are you serious? That's all the wheat there was? Oh Lord, that's super, super depressing. Oh my God. Alright, we're gonna have to whip this truck around here. Okay. We might have jackknifed it a little bit. Actually, I could just have an auger and just dump it on the ground and have it go in, but what's the fun of that, I cannot believe there's barely any freaking corn in there. I actually thought the thing was freaking full as hell, but no, apparently it's not. I don't have any wheat in there besides how many no bush, no grain, but I got 9,892 bushels of wheat. That is so poor. Oh my god, that is so bad. Okay, this one's got a glitch in it. Hold on, folks. I'm trying to mess with the... There we go. So this is that, and then stop overloading. Okay, I get what... Okay, I think I get what how you want it now. Alright, I'm gonna back this up. I'm gonna go get the rest of the grain. You know, and for those of you who don't, know what Farming Simulator is, it's pretty much like a, how do I say, it's a pretty good game, especially if you like running your own farm, your own machine, you like driving real life machinery, like Case, John Deere, Joint Spar, Massey Ferguson, Challenger, Fence, the German brands, the big green tractors like John Deere and New Holland, Fiat. I got a really old freaking Fiat that I have outside in the field right now. I wanted to, and it literally goes 8 miles per hour, and it's one of my antiques, so I have it working. Actually, I can bring it out right now, actually, if you guys want me to here. I'll bring it out as soon as I get done unloading. Okay, this is really going to grind my ears because I do not know what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna... Okay, I gotta think. What... How the hell did I get it the last time? No, we don't want to have radio. Okay, we might have to... Oh, excuse me. I'm still full from supper, so we might have to... Alright, you ready to hear what this thing sounds like? This thing is a Fiat 605 Super C. If you guys like antique tractors, this is gonna be this is an old tractor. I think from the 1920s or probably 1910 probably. Because it's a construction tractor, and it looks like it would be something that would be used. If you ever watch the show, The Curse of Oak Island, like in one of the show scenes or whatever, it shows where kind of like an old cat or like bulldozer uses to like push dirt and whatnot on the island and stuff. So that's the grass. Okay, cool. My goal is to pretty much try to shrink the fields down as much as possible, so then I don't have to do a lot of work and whatnot. Yeah, it's kind of get annoying because of the squeakiness, because it is an old antique, and it's run by gears. You can tell it looks like a tank. It looks like it's got the body or the engine or the hood of a tractor, but the almost like the tracks of it on a World War II American tank. damn, this tractor is so slow coming over it. Well, I can't expect it distractedly fast. I mean, it was the 1900s when this tractor was probably first putting on, onto the farm and whatnot. Come on, old girl. Come on. Come on, old girl. Keep serving along. I certainly got a good place for you, that's what I'm sure. Now I gotta find my way out of the freaking thing, and this is gonna take me a while, because the farm is all the way down there. And I'm going 8 miles per hour in the field. I wonder if that other 48, 40, or that 44, or that 46, 40, that's got the job done. Hold on. I'm going to check on that real quick here before we, there it is. It has not. Oh, okay, I missed it. Okay. Yes, I do use some antique classics, but, because, those were the tractors that made America. That's what made, the United States, farming equipment strong. And you know what, though? This little tractor could be pulling that thing that my case is pulling. My Case Magnum 620 tractor. That's like a double dually tractor. That thing is freaking strong. Oh, no, that's my case sitting over there. Oh, don't worry, folks. We're going to be jumping into that case real soon. I just got to get all the manure and whatnot done in this field and stuff before I can move on and whatnot. Alright, get this working back up again. Let's go. Oh, it starts to rain. Gosh darn it. Oh shit, I didn't use any. Whoops. Okay, that's not surprising enough that it's rated, but let's get this back to thing back to the farm because I don't want it rusting on me. Which I know what some people are saying that stuff in Farming Simulator is not rust, but I pretend it rusts. My tractor's getting a bath. It's getting a good bath. It's getting a good wash down, so I mean. After the war was over, this would be kind of like the tractors, that would be used to repair the roads, and after the cakes came in and completely thrashed them and ruined them and wrecked them and stuff and tore them up and stuff. And I think the 605 C Super Fiat tractor with a capless is, I think it might be a rare one too, I think. I'm not positive, but I think it is. Put in the barn, partner. This little girl right here does not deserve to stay outside and get all filthy and old and rust and rot and stuff like that. This thing deserves a... Clearly, I won't even. I could be on this map for months and months and months, and I would not realize that I even have this tractor. And it definitely would still start for me. There's certainly no doubt about that. So. I have to sit in here in the 620 until the rain goes away here. Well, that's cool. The radio actually has like neon lights on it. That's really cool. Yeah, this is what I'm pulling with this tractor. This is a 620. Hold on, I'm gonna get up on the tire here. This is a 620 AMS Pace Steiger tractor. It's got duals with Michelin tires and twin wheel with weights on it. It's big, large, and powerful. And then on here I have an 1870 an 1870 John Deere fertilizer and a number 9 John Deere C850 air trailer, I guess. I don't know what you call it, but the one thing you cannot do on this map, which really gets on my nerves the most, is you can't sleep. In the house, you cannot sleep at all. And I don't know where you go. I would assume you go in here. Yeah, this is where you would be able to sleep at. You can't sleep on the millennial farms map. And you can't sell the house to get a house where you couldn't sleep in. But they do have a pool, so I mean, and the water does move slowly and dramatically, but yet you can't, go in and sleep and whatnot. Which really sucks. I mean, I'm sorry for yawning, guys. I just got done from a hard day at work of cleaning, so I'm kind of sore and stuff. And yeah, so there's the corn I made a mess on. I didn't realize that the thing was right here, and I went to unload it, and it just completely spilled all over the place. Oh, okay. Oh, this is a tool shed. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can actually open the door up to the tool shed. Is there a way where you can dry the corn? Is that another? Oh yeah, that must be another auger thing or whatever. Is there a way where you can turn on the dryer to get the corn to dry up and whatnot? The dryer doesn't. Are you serious? The dryer doesn't even work. What the fork? Oh wait. Nope. You can't even activate the dryer. That's so depressing. So what do we got here? We got some belts. Got some wrenches. Got a hammer. Guess those are manuals. An IVP box. Imagine if it's a spirit box. still can't believe you can't start this freaking thing up. Oh, that's really, that's another thing. That just bugs me. I mean, I seen, you know, that the map, you know, by, you know, DJ Goham, he said that the map was, I mean, eventually I'm sure a lot of people will, you know, report that, you know, that that you can't, like, sleep in the house and whatnot, and I'm sure the creator of the map, there will be some updates to where you can start the dryer up in the silos to dry the corn up. You can unload it all into a truck and then you know, have it delivered and whatnot. I'm sure that'll be a thing eventually, but alright, we're gonna fire up that case magnum. Yes, folks, and this thing can legit pull both of these ginormous vehicles. This ginormous trailer. I actually tested it to see if the case can pull it, and oh boy, can it pull it! It's a very, very strong tractor. I'm going to show you guys how strong the case is, what it is. I'm going to hire a worker and we're going to sit in the we're going to have the worker do their job and we're going to sit in the cab of the tractor so you guys can get a good bird's eye view of what it's like to sit in a Magnum when it's working. Come on, I'm full. Come on, let's go, come on, let's go. I'm just gonna make sure that all the things are running. There we go. Look how strong this monster is. Pulls it like nothing. Look at that. They're perfectly smooth line, but now we're gonna have to go around and we're gonna have to come on, spin it around. There we go. We're gonna have to do the field because apparently for some reason I might have to plant this grass because for some reason the field doesn't really go. It's kind of a crooked looking field, so it kind of malfunctions at this point. So we're gonna have to go in, you know, redo it and whatnot, do whatever we can to get it done and whatnot, and then I wonder if the other, take a look at the other tractor. And yes, that is a South Africa flag. It came with the New Holland. hold on, let me see if I can get that flag taken off so I don't feel like I'm insulting anybody. Here, let's see. We'll just try to like this into the shop and we'll see if we can get that flag removed, or if it just like as if it's in it just stays there. Let's see. And otherwise, while that's going, we're gonna keep the case and the John Deere running until they eventually run into each other, which that's a guarantee that they will eventually run into each other like that. So. Come on, where's the entrance? Come on now. There we go. Yeah, see, it doesn't show up like this in the thing, but is there a way to take it off though? Oh no, okay, once you, okay, hold on. I'll just get a different New Holland then, one that doesn't have it's called the New Holland Brazil. We'll just have to get a different New Holland then, which that's no big deal. It's the T8 series. This is the one that I have that has the South America flag, or the South Africa flag. Which I know that's where one of my favorite WWE superstars are, or that live, is in Guyana, West Africa. Kofi Kingston, one of my favorite wrestlers. Got that good New Holland blue. So we're just gonna leave that in the garage. We're gonna sell some off. We're gonna sell off the grain trucks because I already have one. Let's go boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Sell off the truck. Now I'm not gonna get the Ford F100 yet because they're making an update for the truck. So I'd like to get the update first before I even think about, you know, using the truck on my farm. But for the time being, we might get a, I don't know, let's see, what do you guys think we should get? Should we get a Dodge? Should we get a Ram? Chevrolet, Ford Raptor, Chevy, a Dodge Rambler 2500, 3500. I mean, all in all, one of them looks pretty cool, I'd say, especially this one. You got all kinds of cool colors. You got green go, safety pink, like that. Got that cool blue color. We're gonna do chrome on the rims. And then we're gonna do, for the main color, we're gonna maybe do some light blue. Okay, and then we're gonna do, we go boom for the design. Okay, apparently it doesn't have that, so we'll just have to paint it like that. Alright. Whee! Oh. Gotta have those duals, you know. That sick Dodge look, you know. This is a Rambler 3500. Okay, so now that I got that, I'm gonna look for the 3500 Rambler bed here. Rambler. Okay. And for our animal trailer will be a dually. Get the cattle trailer. Paint that a light blue with white rims. We want a tarp on it, keep it out of the rain. Fifth wheel ball hitch. Let's go purchase that and we'll go boom, boom, and boom. There we go. That way, if we ever do decide to get animals, well, a friend of mine does animals on with me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dang, the big bud pulling the power, man. Wow, all of that hard work, I'm literally ruining it. Whatever. I'll just redo the field and... Yeah. Screw it, we'll just let it do something. I don't care. And yes, you're saying that this truck can go 142 miles an hour. That's because I got the biggest engine block I can get for this truck. We're gonna fly down the road now. That's how fast this truck can stop on a dime. Especially, you know, if I didn't have that trailer, the truck would be flipping and flopping and flipping and flopping and doing like 15 barrel rolls at a time. So now I just slam on the brakes. I'm gonna back this up into this shed right here. Folks, let's see if we can fly down the road again and see if we can flip our truck over constantly. So then I can show you guys really how dangerous it is to drive at 142 miles an hour. Now that's how you wreck a truck. Oh, that's great. Imagine if I went like full speed. Imagine how fast that would, how bad the crash would be. Yeah, sometimes if you hit a certain area, it flips your truck. But then if you hit like a bad area, then it doesn't even flip your truck at all. The best part is I can flip my truck, so that's good. That means this map is pretty much at my liking. If they could maybe make the house or whatever to where you can sleep in it, and then having the grain or the dryer for the thing right here to activate right here, or whatever for you to turn it on and, you know, have your corn dry and whatnot, I would definitely appreciate that. So. Got 45, 55, I think. Oh, look at me do so good on this farm. Just kidding. I hire workers because I don't know how to do. Like I can't like keep my like tractor and my like if I would be doing this or like plowing or whatever or cultivating, I can't. I can't keep planting or whatever. I can't keep any of that like straight or whatever. So I have the workers do that. But I can truck. I can drive a train. I can drive a harvester very well. And by the way, this is going to be a big harvest. This might take 4 or 5 days to get just this like legit one field done. Because, look how big it is on the map. We're in field number 3. I pretty much own the whole map. Oh yeah, it's pretty big. Well, at least the workers actually smart. He didn't put the plow down at least, like some workers will do. Because some workers, they would just put the plow down or the cultivator down and they would just replant the whole field. Or they would do something wrong and mess it all up and whatnot. I've certainly had that happen to me dozens and dozens of times. And that was just... find out where the hell I gotta freaking go to see it. I really don't even know where the hell my freaking... This is the grass. This is all grass. We're gonna leave that. Ah, here we go. This is right where I left off at. Okay, apparently it's not going to do the whole thing. Barely did anything. Wait, maybe it was, oh yeah, I bet you it was up here that I got that stuff on. Oh, yes, it was. It wasn't here. Okay. If you're liking this video so far, let me know what you want me to do next. And if you want me to continue playing Farming Simulator, or if you want me to get back to Red Dead. I mean, I kind of didn't. I mean, I kind of don't have any ideas for Red Dead right now. If you guys want me to do some GTA 5, I can go into director mode and just mess with the police. Get them to do their funny... They actually have new quotes, actually. That's what Ray said. He said to me that, like, you know, a lot of the Blaine County... I've heard them saying, you know, please stop your car, you know, and like a bunch of other different quotes. And I said to myself, and I said to him, you know, is it just me, or do the police have different quotes? And he said, you know, they got different quotes because people got tired of hearing the same ones over and over and over again, which I don't blame them. I mean, I would be sick and tired of it too, but... I think my ankles are still cramped up from working. Feels so good. I mean, the 8RX could probably pull it, but I wouldn't want to risk on, you know, hurting it and whatnot, so I'd rather have a case to pull to do the job right in case of a John Deere would. A lot of people don't seem to like my John Deere videos, but hopefully they might like the one with the case. With the case and then the giant 620 Magnum pulling this, and then the air cart and then the air hose. The fertilizer and the planter. Because the back one is a fertilizer spreader, which is the big one, which has the number 9 on it. That's the fertilizer spreader. And then the front one is the planter. So in total, I have a fertilizer spreader on the back and a planter on the front. I could probably connect a slurry tanker on the back too, of the fertilizer spreader if I wanted to. I mean, I actually could do that, but I mean, that would put more and more strain on the engine than I would have to get a bigger engine, which I know I would. I could probably put a bigger engine in it, but I'd have to need the 747 Big Bud to pull all 3 of those things, but I don't have the 747 Big Bud, but I got a couple new Big Bud tractors. I still want to show you guys here. So we have some new ones. We have let's see here. AFS Connect Magnum. That's what I'm using right now. We have the 16V 747 Big Bud. We have the 450 1990 Big Bud tractor. With the AFS Connect Steiger, AFS Connect Steiger Narrow, AFS Connect Road Track, AFS Connect Quad Track, Magnum US Series, Magnum IH CVX 250 to 300, the STX Quad Track, STX Steiger, the Exion 4000 to 5000 claws tractor, the Dog 65 Challenger. That's a new one. That's supposed to represent a Caterpillar tractor. And then we have the T8 series, the Quad Track series, and the Steiger series still. And then for medium, we have, let's see here, the Blue Power, the 99,300 case tractor, the Puma Tier 48, the Puma straight pipe. The 7200 series. The 8900 series. That's a 98. That's like a 90s version. The MX Magnum series. The 4755, 4755 Eastern version and the United States version. The 4755 US two-wheel drive tractor. The 4755 EU two-wheel drive John Deere. The 40 series two-wheel drive. The 40 series. The 40 series left L two-wheel drive. I think the L is supposed to stand for left, I think. The 40 series L. The 17,022 1 and the 21. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be a Russian. I think these two are Russian man-made tractors, I think. In Soviet Russia, I think. Or in Russia. And then you have the 1455 XL. That's from 17. The 56 series. Case International. The 2555 XL. That's the one that had that loud-ass horn. On my other farm that I had. The Vestrum series, the Deutz Far, AgroStar 6.08 and 6.38 standard sound. The 38 the gear shift sound. The Deutz Far DX140, that's a new tractor I decided to download. The Fiat 1355C, the 605C, the Case International 1255 to 1455 first generation, the 35 series, 33 series, the 5075E, the Linder BF 450. The Lizard 575, I don't know what that's supposed to represent. Here's an old one, the Massey 135, the Massey 20, the New Holland TL75, the Urus C355 four-wheel drive, and that's that little tractor I had on my farm. And then for trucks, we have some new ones too. We have the TLX and the Semi D60. We have the K258, the Millennial Warrior truck, the Roadrunner Plus, the Vistaruck PT280. I think that's a Peterbilt. And then the PT600 is, I think it's supposed to represent a Volvo tractor or 18-wheel truck. And then for trucks, we have the Buggy Cart. That's a new vehicle. We have the JCB Workmax 800D. We have the two Rumbler long and short vans. We have the 69 pickup that has an update. We have abilities with Michelin tires, an off-road, Lizard, and standard. And then we have decals. We have an actual hitch for once, which was really good. And then we have the Ford F100 that's going to be getting an upgrade, which I don't know what it is yet. But the Road Rage has a new upgrade, and that hasn't been upgraded in a long time. Working lights, we have working lights now. We have the 5.1 V8 and 5.1 V8 and the 2.31 EcoBoost, I guess. We have colors. We got a whole bunch of random metallic colors, which is cool. We got so many blue. Ooh, blue metallic. Oh. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that blue metallic. Red metallic. Oh, God. Oh, I just can't handle myself when it comes to the Road Rage. Because when it comes to the Road Rage, they have really such gorgeous looks. I might just get the freaking... I like that red. to use that just to drive around and take myself into town and back. But eventually, when they have the update, and they're working on the update right now to the F100 or the F1000 truck, I think it's supposed to have bigger tires. Maybe some new rim designs, which will be cool. We have the Millennial Plus pickup 2014 that came with the farm, and then we have the Tesla Cyber Quad, and I think that's a Tesla ATV. It's the Tesla version of the ATV, I guess. I have a JCB TM320E. That's a new telehandler I decided to download. The Case IH Farm Lift 935. You've seen that in some of my videos that I have when I start a case farm. I always buy a whole buttload of case vehicles. This is crop protection. This is the Challenger Terragator. You probably see these on the road. Right here, it's a big giant Terragator right here. They haven't updated that yet, but I'm hopefully hoping that they will soon. And yeah. I've got a different sign than the interior. Oh, this time it goes 111. Okay, so it's sped up a little bit. The gauges, they must have brought in more power for the EcoBoost. Turns better too. Let's see, does it still slide like it used to? No, it doesn't even slide. Okay, that's awesome. Because I remember in FS17, like, when the Road Rage came out, it used to slide like it used to be it would drift like a son of a gun, and now they finally fixed it to where it doesn't like slide and drift anymore, which is amazing. So now I have a truck that goes 142, and I have a Mustang that goes 111 miles per hour. At that point, I want to see if I can flip this car and just completely ruin it. I want to see what kind of damage I can do this car when I get off of that big long straightaway. Certainly picks up speed like nothing. Holy cow. Whoa. Okay, brakes are still pretty good. Alright, now I'm gonna rip it through the roads. Okay, blinkers are still thin. Whee! Got a little jump there. You got in the interior view, it sounds like an airplane, but then when you go out, it actually sounds like a real car engine. Oh, geez, I'm already at 111, like nothing. Oh, it didn't slide. Oh well. Is that literally what an EcoBoost sounds like? That, I don't even, let me know down below if you guys know what an EcoBoost sounds like. If it sounds like this, because I don't think that's what I could be mistaken. I mean, I've seen a lot of people own EcoBoost vehicles and whatnot, because it's better, it has like better fuel economy and stuff. I guess because it's cleaner and it doesn't pollute the air and whatnot. I don't know why I still have those lights on. So now I have a truck that goes, 142, and a Road Rage that goes 111. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's just say those two vehicles are going to be really scooting down the road. Well, that's kind of cool, though. I mean, the Road Rage is pretty cool. I mean, it's based off of a Ford Mustang. I think it's a Shelby. I think it's a Shelby GT. I think a Shelby GT Ford Mustang. I think that's what it's based off of. Did it even do any of that? Because it pretty much, in my opinion, it removed all the freaking grass, so... Oh, okay, yeah, I did. Okay, I must have been messed up. I screwed up or whatever. Okay, so we got a 4555 pulling a New Holland manure spreader. And then we have a giant freaking Case 620 Steiger pulling two giant John Deere equipment. That's just classic. I mean, I'm not going to play any music because it's probably copyright, so... As much as I want to do it, I don't want to risk it because there's like only one good song out of everybody, or like out of all of the other songs that are in the game. That's Take Me to Atlanta by Lincoln Browns. That's one of my favorites. I mean, also, in my opinion, the only thing I liked about FS17, I mean, the mods were okay, the maps were okay, but the country radio was like the best. They actually had good songs, really good songs. And I wish those country songs were in there, and then Take Me to Atlanta was one of them, too. One of the 19 songs, and then from 17 to 19. I wish they brought in like those songs and stuff, because those are really good. Those are good songs. In 17, and I did a lot of funny glitches with 17. I used to glitch everything from the bale trailers to the freaking balers to the doors and vehicles. I used to glitch those. I used to like overfill my freaking trailers and drive like a complete maniac and then flip them over and then lose all my grain. Oh man, it was a nightmare. But it was fun and that and stuff like that at first, until you get your new mods and then you get the dollar signs, which is and then it's like it was like having a birthday, you know, because you actually have a mod that you can make money on, and it was called the Money Cheat Box. I placed like 1 million of those just down the sides of the roads and whatnot, and turn it up to 120, and then just let the money just pour in. Otherwise, it was pretty cool until they kind of brought out FS19, and so the next one they'll probably bring for the game is FS21. Because 20 is already in the midst of it. I think almost being halfway done. And then the Giants will work on FS21, which hopefully will have probably lizard brands or actual realistic brands, actually. I hope that they add Ford and get like licensing for like, you know, Ford and Dodge. Actually, there is going to be a Ford I think it's an F-250 or F-350 truck, but it's going to be a lizard truck, of course, because, you know, PC and Mac players get all the good stuff. You know, they actually get the real life brands, where, you know, we just get lizard, which is a fake brand. Yeah, otherwise down here, the weather is beautiful. It's not cold as, it's really not even really cold. I mean, today it was like 62 degrees when we got home from work and whatnot, or from my job or whatever. It was 62 degrees, and I'm like, damn, that's beautiful. We're gonna have a frozen meal. Boom, there it is. Alright, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Alright, we're gonna fold this up here. Come on. And then we're gonna let that tractor go by. Come on. Alright, go on by. And then you just see the tractor just disappearing into the daylight and whatnot. Yes, those are the only two things I wish they would change in the game, is to where you could sleep in the millennial farmhouse. I think the maker of the map actually kind of forgot about doing that and whatnot and making that a thing. So they didn't really worry about it much, so... Oh, son of a rain. Something's close. We're going to hear the rain. I'm actually curious. Does this supposed to have a... Oh, it does have a light switch. Oh, perfect. Okay, that's cool. Okay, where's the light switch? Ooh, that's pretty fancy. The light bulb's actually bright as hell, too. Even though we got light literally coming right in through the roof. But if it snows up there and it blocks out that sunlight, that's going to be perfect for the night. I want you guys to hear what this old truck sounds like. And don't worry, it's not... I have the truck inside of a shed, so... The odds of the rain coming in are slim to none. So it's just the roof. It's just the rain coming down on the shed roof, but it feels like it's inside of the barn, but it's not. There's the horn. Here's what it looks like. Here's the horn and stuff. And then when it shuts off, it actually moves the two locks and switches and the shifter. That's kind of strange, but it's also pretty cool. Maybe I could back up the truck and pull that one gear in here and get that out of the lane at least, or something. Figure out something to do with it. I mean, it really doesn't have a spare building, so I mean, I would have to have room to turn around in, but I might have to park my truck in the other barn and then have that room to turn around in. But after that happening, that's going to be slim to none, because unless if I leave one trailer outside and I back the other one in, that could be arranged. Yeah, why don't we do that? But if you catch the fertilizer sprayer on the back of the thing, because it's not really meant for it. So disconnect this white tank right here. So then this can sit inside, and this my 8RX can sit in there too. I'm gonna park that in the Right along here in the grass area here. Okay, we're gonna have to open the second door. We got the 8RX parked in here. We might do the same for the air hose tanker. We'll probably leave that outside, and until they make it to where you can park your vehicles inside of the garage here, these two I'm afraid are going to have to stay outside until they figure out a way to make that a thing. I'm going to buy me another one of those big garages for this truck here. I mean, I do like the freaking shed. I mean, let's be honest, I really do, because it's so big, it's so large, and you can fit a truck in there, which is amazing. So here, so go. Place one here. And then we're gonna place one. I wish I could like have it like connected like that or whatever, but that won't work. Another place there. Alright. We might have to sell this trailer because apparently I cannot get it to work properly. And I must not be, I don't really use that trailer, so I might just remove it from the mods tomorrow. We should get like the trailers that I'm good at using. Get this big sucker right here. Let's see here. Who radiator fan? I'll probably need to use that, so I guess I'll probably... Just listen to that engine. Just listen to that engine. That's a 1,000 horsepower diesel engine that's under the hood of this truck. I want to see if I can find it. Oh, I got a seat height. That's cool. I didn't even know that was a thing in this truck. That is really cool.